That entire sequence was one of the most ambitious projects I have ever undertaken, and whilst it was a lot of fun to film, it certainly wasn't without its challenges. And in today's video, I want to bring you behind the scenes on how we filmed this car commercial with some limitations, because we only had 3 days to film it, we had a very small crew, and we had literally zero budget. Because we only had a few days to film this entire project, it was vitally important that we utilise all the time we had readily available to ourselves. So we did some pre-production. Me and my mate sat down and we planned out the storyboard, the music, the equipment list, and the location. In terms of location, we've decided to avoid the cities because you'd need so many permits to even attempt doing something like that, and also I think it would limit our creativity for what we want to challenge ourselves to do. So we thought the countryside would be our best bet.
Yeah, and actually I know some rangers, actually I know a ranger, a very good one out in the country, who has helped us find the best locations and the best roads to get like an absolutely awesome ad.
So that's helped us settle on Lake District.
Can we use that as the sound effect when he comes up?
Check this place out. I've never been to this part of the Lake District, and I don't know why, because look at it. It is so stunning. It is the perfect location to film a car commercial. And what we're going to do now is get all the equipment ready, get onto the roads, and we're going to start rolling. One of the best things you can give a man is a radio. Any man is a happy man. Alright, Duncan?
This is Brian O'Connor School of Driving.
Are we ready for the first shot?
Let's do it.
Let's go. The first thing we dived into shooting was the passing shots. The stretch of road we found ourselves on was ideal for this. I was able to stop off at a lot of different points and achieve some really good grounded shots straight off the bat. After spending quite a bit of time on the passing shots, next on the list was getting the drone in the air. But before that, I saw a shot opportunity that had the making of being the first establishing shot of the car on the lakes. So I'm shooting this at 200mm right now. And because the 200mm focal length like compresses the background, the mountain looks huge in this shot. So once we get the car coming through here, we're going to be absolutely golden. Come on. Yes! Getting some really good shots so far. We've been playing around quite a bit with the 16-35 on the gimbal and the 70-200 on the tripod, but now we're going to get the drone up for the first time and really get some good stuff. My only concern now is coming towards sunset, and we've got a ton of cloud rolling in, which could cock everything up. It turned out I didn't need to worry about the weather, because for once the UK had a half decent sunset, and those golden hours were exactly what we needed. We fully utilised it, and the colour grading I was able to do because of this light was phenomenal. That might have been a little bit good, you know.
Jenny, me and my Jenny. Nice as like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get. Dun-dun-dun.
It's Forrest Gump to a fucking thing.
I also decided for this sequence to take the camera off the gimbal and shoot the entire thing handheld. Not this one, the one in your hand.
That is a fair point. I'll give it that up. Sorry.
That was actually quite funny.
Sorry.
I'm not gonna lie.
I was so confused when you said it, and I was like, why would I do that? And then, anyway, I was just following instructions. Carry on.
I like the way we're so precise with following instructions. It's too precise. That is day one of shooting, all complete. We're all pretty tired, but I think we got some good stuff. You look so happy.
Do you know what? Day one's done. We have a 2-hour drive back. And we've got to do it all over again for those 2 days.
That is true, but I get to drive back in a Cupra. So this is day 2 of filming the car ad. We have got some beautiful scenic open roads which are going to utilise to capture 2 main things today. We're going to be doing the rollers and we're going to be getting plenty of drone shots. So we're going to be using Duncan's Fiesta here as the rolling car. I'm going to be hanging out the back window, maybe the boot later on. Now let me walk you through the setup we got. First off, to capture behind the scenes stuff, we've got the GoPro Hero 11, and then the main beefy camera is the A7 S3 with 3-well filters on the front, got my tilter camera cage on it, and we're using the Ronin RS2. Important part of course the setup is Sam, who is going to be
designated driver.
Exactly. This is my current predicament. In the back of a cramped Fiesta, camera ready to go with a window that doesn't roll down all the way. We're gonna need all the luck we can get. Luck wasn't quite on our side for shooting out the back window. We gave it 2 runs but was limited with the space and movability, so I decided to get in the boot.
That'll be right.
I'll be alright.
I always take the handle off the bottom, mate.
Right, this is the most precarious thing I've done in the back of a car for a while. Keeping track of a car on a bumpy road and trying to control a camera whilst not falling out of a boot and then getting ran over by the car you're filming wasn't without its challenges. But after a number of runs, we had an alright selection of shots. I say alright because if I'm honest, I feel like we missed out on getting specific shots. We focused mainly on the front of the car, which meant a lot of the shots looked very similar. It was hard to do anything else on the road we had chosen because it was way too narrow for overtaking. So next time I do something like this, I'd go for a wider road to get a bit more variety, passing shots, side-on shots, and focus more on the alloy, stuff like that. But for a first attempt, I don't think we did too badly. Whilst we were at this location, we needed to get some more drone shots. The open roads with elevation changes were an ideal place to get some fast tracking shots of the car. This time, I gave the flying duties to Duncan, which turned out to be a great idea. Oh my!
Mate, I was trying to stay in front of you, but I was a little bit worried about smashing into you.
Mate, that was sick. You know what? I think we don't. That is one of the sickest shots I've ever seen. You know what, mate? I think you've got it.
Who knew? I'm alright with the drone.
You know what? I will give him that. You know what? I will give you that. You are better at flying drones than I am. All right.
I've already got that on camera because he's never going to say that again.
Duncan, you're quite right, mate. I'm never going to utter those words again. You had it once and never again, because 15 or so minutes later after me saying that, Duncan crashed a drone into a moving freaking tractor. Oh, the irony. This did put a bit of a damper on the rest of the shoot, and unfortunately it did delay us quite a bit, so we were able to get the extra pickup shots as planned. We did go to one more location to try and do some filming. It was called Rhino's Pass. Absolutely stunning location. Beautiful scenery, amazing golden hours up in the hills, but unfortunately the shots here didn't look really good of the car. Because it was going uphill, it was going quite slowly, and I feel like this slowed the pace down of the advert quite significantly, so ultimately this whole sequence is just cut. Alright, so after a couple of eventful days shooting the car advert with the Cupra, we are done. We got a lot of different angles, we got a lot of different shots, we shot some really cool stuff, had a good laugh, broke some gear, but you know what, all the things for a good car advert, am I right?
Today, mate, what an event. What an eventful day. We've had some ups and downs. Like, amazing. This
Been good.
Sick. This is gonna look sick.
I appreciate all of your help. Thank you so much. Thank you. With filming in the lake sorted, there was just one last thing left to film, and that was the opening sequence, which was actually the easiest and simplest part of this whole project to shoot. I also decided to use this day to capture some additional interior shots, which I decided to shoot with the car stationary, so I could use a clever trick in Premiere Pro to add some shake afterwards in post, and you know what? It worked surprisingly well. And with that, we are done. Now, overall, I'm pretty happy with how this car commercial turned out. I will be honest, there are some rough edges here and there, but taking into account that we had a small crew, a maximum of 3 days to film it, zero budget, and it was also my first time undertaking a project of this scale, I think it was a pretty good success. And I would like to say a massive thanks to the crew for helping out throughout this entire production and making it what it is. And if you did like today's video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and maybe leave a comment down below. It would be great to hear your thoughts on this video format and the car commercial itself. And if you're not subscribed, maybe consider doing so. It would be great to have you on board of this ever so growing community. But with all that said, I think we should roll that car commercial one more time.